This is the 2027 Toyota BZ Woodland, quietly the most interesting electric Toyota you can buy today. Toyota took its sensible BZ and gave it 375 horsepower. 0 to 60 now takes a genuinely quick 4.5 seconds. And it clears 8.4 inches of ground with standard all-wheel drive on every single version they sell. That combination gives the BZ family something it badly needed, a version that actually wants to leave the pavement. Toyota calls it the Woodland, and unlike the school-run BZ, the name here is the entire pitch. But before you fall for the adventure photos, one catch is coming up. So subscribe now, because this is the BZ that finally earns a second look. Out here, far from any Charger, is where Toyota wants it pictured. And a Toyota badge on a proper adventure EV still carries real weight with buyers. This is a Toyota built to wander well off the map. So let's walk around it, starting with a shape that means business in the rough. Toyota lifted the BZ, then wrapped it in matte black over-fenders for a tougher stance. The result looks ready for almost anything. It now stands taller and wider than the standard BZ. Ground clearance jumps to 8.4 inches, enough to shrug off ruts and rocks. Standard roof rails run the length of the roof, ready for a tent, a box, or a bike rack. That Woodland script pressed into the fender marks a seriously different recipe from the normal car. Every panel here is quietly tuned for the trail, not the car park. You also get 18-inch wheels wearing black aero covers, which are part style and part efficiency. And that BEV badge confirms there is no engine here at all. Instead, a 74.7 kilowatt-hour battery lies flat beneath the floor, lowering the center of gravity. Around the back is where the Woodland quietly plays its most practical card of all. It stretches the standard BZ by nearly 6 extra inches of usable cargo length. Fold the rear seats flat and it opens to 74 cubic feet, room for 2 bikes and a weekend of gear. It even tows 3,500 pounds, rare for an electric crossover. But capability, more than cargo, is what truly sets the Woodland apart from every other BZ in the range. A separate motor sits on each axle, driving all 4 wheels the instant you ask. That is the standard all-wheel drive system, with Toyota's X-Mode layered on top. X-Mode sharpens grip on loose or slippery ground, tuning power at each wheel. And a feature called Grip Control holds a slow, steady crawl over the really rough stuff, hands-free. On paper, that hardware should shrug off gravel, sand, and the muddy trails that would strand a normal electric crossover. Toyota says its own early testing on rough trails already backs that up. The shove should feel immediate because electric torque arrives the very instant you press the pedal. Pair that with the low battery and the AWD, and stability off-road should stay reassuring. On the open road, all that torque should make quick, quiet work of a motorway overtake. None of it drama, just the calm, effortless pace that suits electric power so well. Toyota also fits battery preconditioning, so the pack is ready to charge fast in the cold. Which brings us to charging, an area where this Toyota finally makes one seriously smart move. The BZ Woodland comes with a native NAX port, the very same plug Tesla drivers already use. That means most Tesla superchargers simply work, no adapter drama at the stall. Plug into a proper DC fast charger and 10 to 80% takes around 30 minutes, roughly a coffee and a sandwich. There is also an 11 kilowatt onboard charger for much quicker top-ups at home overnight. And the standard home cable means most owners will simply wake up to a full battery every single morning. But here is that catch I promised earlier, and it comes down entirely to range. On all-season tires, Toyota estimates 281 miles, and that figure drops to 260 on the all-terrains. That is fine for most drivers, but the class has quietly moved well past 300 miles. The long-range Hyundai Ioniq 5, for instance, travels well over 300 miles and refills faster. Its 800-volt system can add serious range in about 20 minutes, noticeably quicker than this Toyota. It is a trade-off. Clearance and toughness cost you range. That is the deal here. But for weekend explorers, that is a trade well worth making. This one chooses adventure over efficiency, and most nights it recharges overnight at home for the price of pocket change. Electricity is far cheaper than gas. The running costs stay low. That is the electric upside. Open a door though, and the Woodland reveals comforts the standard BZ never offered. This is the premium grade, and it layers real luxury onto a rugged brief. Every Woodland comes with Softex trimmed seats, dual wireless phone chargers, dual zone climate, and a heated steering wheel, all as standard equipment. The whole layout sits low and clean, with proper physical buttons for the things you use most. That really matters off-road, where digging through a touchscreen is the very last thing you want. The drive modes and the X-Mode dial sit within a gloved hand's easy reach. Premium buyers also get a 9-speaker JBL system with a subwoofer, and it fills this cabin nicely. Climate controls live on their own separate panel, so warming your hands never means hunting through menus. Ahead of the driver sits a crisp digital display for speed, charge, and live power flow. But the centerpiece is this: a large 14-inch touchscreen running Toyota's newest audio multimedia software, and it looks sharp. It runs wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it responds quickly and cleanly to a prod. The graphics finally look a full generation newer than the old clunky Toyota systems ever did. Every Woodland also ships with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 as standard, no matter the grade. That bundles adaptive cruise, lane centering, and automatic emergency braking, all watching the road for you. There is also a panoramic camera with a multi-terrain view, so you can place a wheel precisely off-road. Toyota clearly wants this cabin to feel modern and simple, and for the most part, it truly succeeds, a real step up for Toyota. Storage is clever too, with a deep bin beneath the console and open space for 2 phones. Twin wireless charging pads keep both of your phones topped up on the move. There are USB-C ports dotted throughout, and a real household outlet hides in the cargo bay. That single outlet delivers a full 1500 watts, enough to run power tools, lights, or a fridge out at the campsite. The front seats are heated and ventilated on this grade, with radiant heaters that warm your legs directly on cold mornings. A fixed panoramic roof floods the space with light, and a power shade blocks the desert sun. The base grade skips the JBL and the ventilation, but still gets heated seats, the big screen, and all-wheel drive. So the cheaper Woodland still gives you the whole rugged promise, just with fewer treats inside. On Premium, you also get a memory driver's seat, auto tilt mirrors, and a sharp digital rearview mirror. Climb into the back, and here is the comfort the standard BZ never offered its passengers: heated outboard rear seats. Space back here is seriously generous, with a flat floor and plenty of easy room for 3 across. A flat floor is the real perk of designing an EV from scratch. So where does all of this actually leave the Woodland? Ownership. On paper, this should be one of the cheapest Toyotas to live with day to day. No oil changes, no fuel. Toyota also covers the battery for 8 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. Add Toyota's rock-solid reliability reputation, and resale value should hold up better than most electric rivals. Now for the money, and this is exactly where you will want to pay close attention. The BZ Woodland lineup starts at $45,380, and this premium grade climbs a couple thousand into the high 40s. Cross-shop the Hyundai Ioniq 5 for more range, the Subaru Solterra as its close cousin, or the cheaper Chevrolet Equinox EV. Skip it if you want maximum range. But if you want a proper adventure EV wearing a Toyota badge, buy the premium grade. That earns a strong Auto TV score, a 9.1, and next up is its cousin, the Subaru Solterra.